on a gypsy road. A wandering heart ain't got no home on a gypsy road. The hurt I've seen, the joy I know. You better learn to love the journey, 'cause I don't know what you've been told. Not all rainbows find that pot of gold on a gypsy road. On a gypsy road.
Oh my goodness. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. I'm so glad y'all are here tonight. Paul, it already happened. I have the clickies again. It's
Already.
a terrible disease I suffer from. It's called
Already.
the clickies. Welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. I'm so glad y'all joined us tonight. We are going to have so much fun tonight. I already know it. I just know things like that, right, Paul? Paul's like,
Yeah, you do.
welcome to
Just like
Carolyn's
you know
Corner.
how to keep on clicking.
Keep on clicking. Yeah. Oh, I like that, Paul. So welcome to everyone. If someone could send a little comment so I can make sure everything's working properly before we proceed. And I will then, while you're doing that, I'm going to introduce you to our wonderful people, our wonderful panel. Tonight we have Paul Gallagher, my co-host, with me. Paul, say hello to the people. I'm in a silly mood now. I shouldn't have started laughing.
Yeah,
Oh, my
I'm trying to set up my kids' Wi-Fi on their tablets. I just got a new internet, so having fun.
Wow. I bet so. And you have to have a tablet for the kids. There's no way to keep them occupied otherwise.
Yeah.
Folks, I'd also like to introduce our wonderful musical guest, and I've already got to know him, and I think he's a great guy. Please welcome Mr. Pete Mark Steiner. Did I say that right, Pete?
You got her absolutely right. Yep.
Oh, we're so glad you're here with us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm thrilled to
Oh,
be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, me
So-
too. I've gotten a chance. Let me see why this is.
Carolyn,
Do what?
are you in a hospital room, a doctor's office, or something? Because those cabinets sure do look like in a hospital or something.
No, actually, I'm at Chelsea's, my daughter's.
Ah.
And I had the mask on, Paul, but I took it off
Yeah.
because I kept getting it tangled up in my earbuds.
It's quite an ordeal.
It was quite an ordeal. Pete got to see the whole thing.
And it's funny. She
Most entertaining warm up I've ever had. I got to tell you.
She called me just a little bit ago. She said, "Don't be scared. I'm wearing a mask." And I'm getting on, and she's not wearing a mask. I'm like, "Why'd you
Well,
call me?"
I took it off because I feel like I'm yelling. Am I yelling? I guess not. I don't know.
No,
Okay, good. My daughter's boyfriend's nephew wasn't feeling well, so they just tested him for COVID. It's confusing to me too. And he's running a fever.
Look at it.
Me too. I'm like, my daughter's nephew's, whatever he is. Great kid. He's a great kid, but he didn't feel well. So they tested him, but he tested negative, but I still don't know because they just got over it. Remember, Paul? They had it at the same time you did.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, I see that at least Mike and Mindy McGrail got through. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to put their comment on the screen.
That's awesome. Hey, Mike.
I
hey,
love
Mindy.
it. He said, sing a song, Pete. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Thanks so much for joining us. Folks,
Yeah.
we're trying something different tonight. Instead of going directly onto our Facebook, I'm posting it on our YouTube channel because every time we do our show from Facebook Live, stream it to there, after the show, during the replay, they mute the entire songs every single time. So I'm like, you know what, Pete? We want them to be able to go back and watch your songs and hear your songs and see your videos. So with that being said, let's start. Hey, Sarah, welcome. I like your new little emoji, little picture. Sarah says hello. Sarah is one of our loyal listeners, and she's here every week. God bless her heart. I'm so glad you're here, honey. To everyone else that's watching and listening, thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, you can communicate through I feel like I'm yelling. You can communicate through the chat. Just leave your comments. Make sure you share some love. Give us your thoughts. Give us your opinions. Just don't make fun of my clicky disease. Okay, you can. I don't really blame you. And first of all, before we even start, I want to apologize for last night because last night we didn't have a guest. We did, but we rescheduled. It's a long story. I'll explain to y'all in a little bit. So I was going to go on live just to hang out with y'all. And then I was starving and my daughter said, "Hey, do you want to go eat?" And I'm like, "Yes, big girl got to eat." So I'm over there and I'm like, my husband called me and said, because he's in Beeville, "Hey, you're not on the TV." And I'm like, "What do you mean I'm not on the TV?" He goes, "It's 9 o'clock almost." And I'm like, I forgot to do the show. I was just like, "Give me food, give me food." So anyway, so I'm sorry to everyone that I did not show up last night. I'm so sorry. I'll make it up to y'all. I really, really will. Paul just vanished. See, I was telling Pete that Paul is, oh, I can hear him. Paul was a magician. His magician name was Magic G. And I think he still has those powers because he just disappears and then comes back.
Presto changeo, Paul. Good move.
Yes, yes, yes. Hello to you, Miss Sarah. Thank you so much for joining us. So, Pete I'm honestly so excited to have you on. I got to talk to Pete during the little audio video test, and I said, "Oh man, it's like it's like we've already known each other, Pete." It really felt like that. You're a great guy, very easygoing, and I just love your attitude. I really do. And your songs, man, Paul, wait till you hear his songs, man, they're so, so good.
You're far too kind. Far too kind.
Oh, it's the truth. I mean that. And Paul here, he's not only a magician, ex-magician, he's an author, but then he decided, "Hey, I'm going to become a songwriter and I'll learn to play guitar." So anyway,
Good on you, Paul.
About multi-talented Paul. And then he's an IT guy, and that's poor Paul. Can you imagine how much I must bug him? Paul, how do you do this?
In a few days, we have a job. So
Oh, wow. You got to check your mic again. You're doing that weird sounding thing again, Paul.
my network
I don't know what's going on.
slow.
Oh my gosh.
It's a little Max Headroomy. Anybody in the room remember that? Max Headroom?
Yes, I do. That's you
Right?
remember
So
that?
Max
Max, was it Headroom or Headrum? I never said
Headroom,
it right.
yeah, Max Headroom.
Headroom. Yeah,
That's
that was
herky
cool.
jerky audio.
That's so cool. I didn't even think of that. That's exactly what it's like. So, Pete, again, welcome, man. I'm so
Thank
glad
you.
you're here. Why don't we start off by having you tell us a little bit about yourself, whatever you'd like to share with us.
Well, thanks. Again, big thanks for having me here. I really appreciate the time. I'm what I would call a recovering lawyer. No offense to any lawyers in the audience. I've practiced law in the military for 24 of 30 years of my Air Force military career.
Wow.
Now I'm sort of a just a generic kind of administrator with a day job. But I've always loved music. Always enjoyed. Probably since the time I was 18, I learned to play half a dozen songs on the guitar and 12 Eagles tunes that I could play on the beach, and just fell in love with music. But I didn't really get serious about writing songs until just a couple of years ago, until after I retired from the military. I'm family-wise, I'm the youngest of 5 boys in my family, all of whom were career military officers. If you can kind of see in the background here, it's a little room I have where all of my brothers and extended family's career artifacts kind of live in this room. So we're trying to preserve a little bit of Mark Steiner family heritage and history. Most of what I write comes from a place of emotion somewhere. There's one or two just sort of fun tunes, but most of what I write about has to do with family and relationships and just the important stuff in life that that everything else sort of revolves around. So that's kind of my approach. That's what I do. What else can I tell you?
Well, that's really cool. And I like that you're a recovering lawyer.
Yeah.
That's so cool. We're recovering from a lot of stuff too, me and Paul. Well, man, that's really cool. And the songs that I've got to hear, and everyone knows that I never listened to the entire songs because I want to be as surprised as everyone else. And Paul, aside from the commercial, I bet he hasn't listened to any because he really likes to be surprised. Isn't that right, Paul?
Yes, I love being surprised.
Okay, you're
hopefully you've got some surprise for you here. What I think you'll notice in the collection Carolyn has picked for us tonight is I don't have any delusions about ever being sort of the front man in a band. I can carry a tune, I can play guitar.
Yes.
And if you're hanging out at a community pool membership night and having a good time, I'll keep you entertained. You may or may not get up tomorrow morning and say, let me, the voice, let me go grab that guy's CD. Let me do this. But if there's a signature, I hope you take from what you hear, it's about emotional journeys and story arcs.
Yes.
Hopefully they'll come in a number of different flavors. You'll hear some that are very substantially elaborately produced. I have the great good fortune of having a good friend named Gary McCaffrey, who, in addition to being a virtuoso metal guitarist, plays drums and is a producer. And you can say, play me some ragtime, play blues, play this, and he's phenomenal. So there's a couple of tunes in here that I wrote the lyric and the basic melody, and he added all the magic. And then there's a couple of other ones that are very simply sort of bare bones produced in my basement with a $68 mic I got on sale with a coupon and an entry-level DAW and some other stuff. But hopefully you're taking on a little bit of a journey lyrically and musically with the stories the songs tell.
Absolutely. And like I said, just the little bit that I listened to, I was really impressed. I mean, really, I love your stories. Look at the private message I just sent you, because I just realized I had a question for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Send me the answer to that as soon as you can. Do you see where to type that in? Or unless you just want to say the title, that's fine too.
Yeah. There's one of the songs I wrote is called Little Pink Kitty Christmas. And it is it's based on a true story
about my that one. Let me get it. I'll get it.
Okay, yeah, no problem. I'll save the intro and until if you decide you want to roll that into what we're talking about tonight. I got got a visual aid, here.
Oh yes, I definitely want to bring that one up, and I just realized, oh my goodness, I didn't see it in the download, so I missed it, but I'm going to try to find it. Is it on YouTube, right?
Yep, it's if you go to my channel to the 12 song playlist, it's in there.
Okay, I'll have to find it in a minute, okay? I'm so sorry. But ladies and gentlemen, he's got so many great songs. I had to actually take some away, and that was like the hardest thing. So now I want to add this Little Pink Kitty, because you got to hear it. It's so adorable. Oh my gosh. And the story behind it is just phenomenal. I'd like to start with one of your songs, okay?
Sounds great.
All right, so the first song, and I kind of just picked them and put them in kind of a random order. I was trying to do like some method to the madness. So the first one I selected was Gypsy Road. You want to tell us a little bit about that song, Pete?
Sure. Yeah. This was one of my kids had left for college. The other was just heading off to college.
Okay.
And you know what? When your children are grown and they're heading out in the world, they get so much mixed messaging about where they ought to go, what they ought to do, how they ought to pursue their dreams, what's the thing that everybody is supposed to do.
Yes.
And what I really wanted them to take with them when they went out, when they left our nest, was the notion that whatever I do, I'm not going to live on the deferred enjoyment plan. There's 1,000 cliches for it, smelling the roses along the way, those sorts of things. There's a lyric in the song, one of the closing lines is, whatever you do, just enjoy the way, enjoy the path.
Yes.
If you want to be drawn to the big city and bright lights, that's cool. If you want to stay in your hometown and make a difference here with friends and family around you, that's equally cool.
Right.
There's 1,000 different roads to your Rome, wherever you want that to be. But don't live on the deferred enjoyment plan. Life is short. Time is short. Let's figure it out along the way.
So beautifully said, Pete. I really like that. That is an excellent point. Let me just see what we have here on the messages real quick. Really like the song and book. Well, thank you, Mike and Mindy McGraw. I'm not sure if it's Mike or Mindy, or maybe both of them sitting together. Thanks so much for joining us. Really, really appreciate that. So let's get to this first song while I try to find the other one. I don't know how that happened, but that's okay. We'll get to it. I promise. I'll get Paul the IQ. Kill me if not. So the first song, ladies and gentlemen, is called Gypsy Road. Can't wait for y'all to hear it. I was just blown away by your songs. Honestly, I was. So here we go. Without further ado, here is Pete Mark Steiner, Gypsy Road. Check it out.
Seems like far too long I'm out there searching, always looking for that payoff round the bend. But solitude's the lesson I've been learning. A worn out suitcase and beat up shoes, my only friends. I hate to think that's how my story ends. On a gypsy road. A wandering heart ain't got no home on a gypsy road. The hurt I've seen, the joy I know. You better learn to love the journey, 'cause I don't know what you've been told. Not all rainbows find that pot of gold on a gypsy road. Fortune calls your name from that horizon. The promise of adventures you've been sold. But planting roots don't mean you're compromising. Growing up don't mean you're growing old. It's a lesson seldom learned, but often told. On a gypsy road, the wandering heart ain't got no home. On a gypsy road, the hurt I've seen, the joy I know. You better learn to love the journey, 'cause I don't know what you've been told. Not all rainbows find that pot of gold on a gypsy road. Gypsy road, around the world, right here at home. On a gypsy road, the life you build is what you own. When you look back on that journey and the way your story is told, the things that mattered most ain't made of gold on a gypsy road. Oh, oh, oh. On that road, on a gypsy road, oh, oh, on that road. May the road rise up to meet you, may that sun shine on your face. May the gentle wind that guides your days bring you amazing grace. May the good Lord guard and keep you, and this final wish I wherever this world takes you, child of mine. Enjoy the way, enjoy the way, enjoy the way, enjoy the way on a gypsy road.
Wow, Pete. That is
Thank
such a
you.
beautiful song. Oh my gosh. And it's so positive and uplifting. I love
That
it.
was the intent. You know,
Yes.
it was intended to be sort of an uplifting toe tapper. You know, wherever you go, whatever you're doing, have some fun along the way. You know, smell the roses. Don't wait
Absolutely.
to enjoy it.
That is so true. And what an important message that we all should be living by, really. I love
Amen.
that. I really do. Here's Robert Garcia, who is going to be on the show next. I always forget the date, Robert. It's on my calendar, I swear. He said, I got in late. Where is Pete from? Pete, do you want to tell everybody where you're from? We never even mentioned it.
Yeah, the from piece. I'm a little bit of everywhere. Grew up a military brat. Went to 11 different schools. I
Wow.
currently reside in Northern Virginia, just outside of Washington D.C.
Nice. Thanks for that question, Robert. Wasn't that a beautiful song? I see Paul is back. Hold on. Sorry, I was a little distracted during that video, but I got your song that I missed. It was
Oh,
in the
good.
first email. It wasn't in the last one. So in my
My
defense,
apologies.
I'm just kidding. It's okay. It's okay. Hi, Paul.
Am I
Welcome
working
back. Are
now?
you okay?
Am I doing the max headroom thing? Am I buffering?
No.
You're all
But
good,
that's a
man.
good description, Pete. The max headroom. That made me laugh. I didn't even think of that. So, Paul, you okay now? Did you get a chance to hear the song? Wasn't it good?
Oh yeah. No, I got to. Yes.
I
Thanks.
liked it. I like.
I'm just
He's stressed. Paul is doing like
network.
30. He always is doing like 30, 40 different things at once. I think I'm stressed. I
An
got
IT
some big
guy.
news. Yeah. I know that's a lot. That's a lot. And Mike and Mindy McGrail said, cool song. Sarah said, nice song. Thanks so
Thank
much,
you.
guys. Thank you. And
Thank
make
you.
sure y'all like, comment, and share wherever you're from and wherever you are. Welcome. Come in. Hello. Come in. Oh, it's Sean. Sean Christopher is also another fellow
Carolyn.
songwriter. He is in what town, Paul?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, Texas. I
Nice.
forgot. But we have people from all over the world, pretty much. I don't know, but let us know where you're from, ladies and gentlemen, while we get ready to play the next song. So since I kind of goofed up almost, I caught myself. I want to play the one I just downloaded. Okay, so tell us about. Now this is where Paul's going to be interested no matter what, because he loves music just as much as I do. But tell us about Little Pink Kitty.
Yeah, Little Pink Kitty Christmas. This is it's based on a true story. It's based on my daughter's 4th Christmas. My daughter, when she was just a little nugget, was tucking her into bed on the night before Christmas Eve. So it was December 23rd. Tucking her into bed. We've done bedtime prayers and all that. And she's just, she's a little kid waiting for Santa. So she's as giddy as can be. And I'm, just trying to calm her down. So why don't you tell me what you're really expecting, what your favorite present's going to be, what you're counting on Santa to bring you. And she's ticking down the list of things that Santa's going to bring her. And I'm going, got that. My wife got that. We've got all this taken care of. And then she says, and a little pink kitty. And you got to understand, my daughter is now just a phenomenally successful. She's a playwright. She's in New York.
Wow.
Living. The young lady has more talent in her little finger than I've got in 58 years and all of this. But even as a young kid, stuffed animals were incredibly important to her. She had 30 or 40 of them, but they all had backstories, and they were a big part of her life. So when my daughter, 2 days before Christmas, tells me, Santa's going to bring me this new stuffed animal, that's a big deal. But I didn't have it. I came downstairs afterwards and asked my wife, "Hey, what's up with the pink kitty?" And my wife looked at me like, "I don't know what you're talking about, dude." So, dark under the next morning, my father-in-law, God rest his soul, he and I got up at 4:45. We were on the road at 5 a.m. We hit every toy store for 25 miles. And at the end of the day, about 4:30 in the afternoon, we had to pack it in. We were going to my brother's house for an evening party. We had to go by and get some groceries and stuff. And my father-in-law says, "Dude, we just got to go." All I had to show for it was this little white beanie baby and some pink clothing dye. And I was like,
"Oh, okay."
Couldn't find anything. And we're walking into Safeway in a little strip mall. And it's very Hallmark movie. The snow's falling, there's tunes, and I can hear the little bell ringing. I look down at the end of the strip mall next to the Safeway. There's a little old lady locking up a no-name sort of card store, and sitting right next to the door is a pink stuffed cat about yay big. And I went huffing across the parking lot to get her before she was getting in her car. Right about the time I convinced her I wasn't trying to grab her purse or anything, like crazy man run across the parking lot. I told her my story, and she said, "Oh, come with me, young man." She walked over to the store, opened the door, didn't turn on the lights or anything, just reached in and gave me the cat. Wouldn't take a dime for it. Hugged my neck, said, "Have a Merry Christmas." And I told her the story. She said, "Have a Merry Christmas. I hope your daughter likes the cat."
Wow.
And, Christmas morning, my daughter comes bounding downstairs. Her grandparents were here. It was an embarrassment of riches for our kids. Lots of stuff everywhere. Beeline for that pink kitty. And, I just wanted to. The song's about anybody who's had a little one, that you want to keep that magic and miracle of Christmas alive, for your little ones. And that's kind of what it's about. You're in that mad dash, trying to keep Santa, doing his thing for one more year, so that's what it's about. And again, most of the song is based on a true story.
I love this. I think it's amazing. And this is also based on the book, right? You wrote the book first or the song first?
Actually, I wrote the song first. And then basically the lyrics of the song tell the story in the book.
Oh, that's so clever.
The book almost reads like you could follow along the song with the book, because it works, the rhyme and meter sort of works nicely for a children's book. There's a couple of words that might not be, right in the center of mass for what children's publishers do, but it's I wrote the song first, and the song got some really nice traction on YouTube the first year I had it out.
I can see why.
2 years ago. And then this just was a labor of love. I started doing it thinking, maybe it's a way to sort of try and introduce some people to my music, that sort of a thing. And once I got into doing it, it just really, again, like I said, became a labor of love. I had this incredible illustrator who I sent pictures of my family at certain points. And she would then craft she would craft drawings of. She'd make art make the illustrations in a way. In this picture, for example, all the kids you see, they match age and gender with my children and my nieces. And the names on the stockings are the names of my kids and my nieces.
Wow.
And then she worked those kinds of little nuggets into the book forever. So even after I got into it, at the point at which I thought, selling books is about as difficult as selling music. There's just a boatload of them out there.
Yeah.
If it goes nowhere, I've got a wonderful little family memento and treasure.
And legacy. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
we talk about that all the time. How do we get the song? That is a good question, Mike or Mindy.
I just found it on.
If you go to.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's my webpage.
Okay, raise it up.
Back it up just a little bit.
Paul, back it up a little bit. This is livesong.com.
Yep.
Paul, Paul's faster. I'll put it on the ticker.
I
put it up here.
I have this. Let me see. I have this. Boop.
Okay, hold on. Paul is amazing. Hold on. Thank you, Paul. Let me just get that. I should have done it sooner, but of course.
My webpage has you can click a music tab on the webpage, and that's all the songs you'll hear tonight, plus some others. And then there's a tab for Little Pink Kitty, and you can look at a little bit there, or you can click links that'll take you to sort of another website that's all about the Little Pink Kitty book.
Okay, let me see. Whoops, why didn't it go through? Let me try that again. Oh, I clicked the wrong ad. There we go. Let's see. Let me see if this will show up. Okay, there is the one for the Little Pink Kitty. Paul, can you send the other one, or you got it? I know Paul's a lot faster at typing it than I am. I go, how do I get there?
I already sent it to you.
You're so awesome. Okay, hold on. Let me go get it. Okay, stand by just for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I got to figure out where it went. There it is. All right. Let's get these put up here. Thank you so much, Paul. That one's already there.
Thanks for the kind comments. All the commenters here in the right box. That's very, very gracious of you guys. I really appreciate it.
I know, isn't it great? We have such a supportive community. I mean, honestly, we're so blessed. Okay, I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to show this one and see if that's the wrong one. Hold on. Sorry about that. There, that's the live song. Okay, and there is the Little Pink Kitty. I'm sorry.
And I just bought the book. So it's headed.
Oh, you're the man.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to get it too for my grandson. Paul, order 2 of them and I'll pay you for it. I want to get one for my grandson. I know
I just ordered already. It's already done.
Darn. Okay, I'll figure it out.
Hold on to that one. I'll send you both one that's got an inscription. If you send me a message with the names that you want in them. I'm
that would be wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's so awesome. Thank you, Paul. Paul always does that for our authors. He's just such a generous and kind person. I just love him.
Thanks, Paul.
He's been friends forever. That's because he's such a great person. Thank you. So I got them both up there. I'll switch to the other one in just a moment. So without further ado, let's get to this song because it is so precious. Oh my goodness. I was blown away. And I can't believe I almost forgot about the song. I was like, oh no. So this one is a little bit different. I've got to put you on the waiting room before I can play because I had to download it a different way. Okay. So I'm going to start with you, Pete. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys. Okay. Don't go anywhere. We're not leaving.
It was Christmas time in a little town. After supper, Papa Pete asked all the children if they wanted to hear a story about a very special Christmas wish. As they gathered around his chair, one of them said, "Do you really believe in Christmas miracles?" And Papa Pete just smiled, grabbed his guitar, and said, "Now listen close."
December 23rd, not too many years ago, TV weatherman was promising snow. Tucking my little angel in after bedtime prayers. We bumped into Santa just a couple days before, ringing a bell outside a hardware store. He wasn't taking orders, little Heartstone care. She climbed right up on old St. Nick's knee, smiling back at her mama and me. Told him the treasure she'd be looking for Christmas morn. That Night in her bed, she was counting down the list when out popped something her mom and I missed. My baby girl's holiday wish we hadn't heard before. He's bringing me a little pink kitty and he'll bring it right here. Pretty green eyes and soft furry ears. I know he'll remember me. I've been a very good girl. I want a little pink kitty more than anything in the world. Oh, dark 100, me and Poppy had a mission. I didn't have to work, we weren't going fishing, just trying to help Santa make a Christmas wish come true. We put 100 miles on my old truck, couple rusty elves running low on luck, with one more chore to check off before we were through. We spent that day every store in town, not a single toy aisle I didn't walk down. I was out of options, losing my Yuletide cheer. With daylight fading, Poppy said, boy, no big deal, just buy another toy. I shook my head and said, maybe I haven't been clear. I need a little pink kitty and I need it right here to keep Santa Claus in business for just another year. Keep those reindeer flying in a pretty little world. I need a little pink kitty for my pretty little girl. One last stop at the grocery store. I was kicking myself, thought I should have done more to fill that empty wish waiting under our tree. And across the street, peeking through the trees, twinkling lights just as pretty as you please, caught my eye and I felt my spirit soar. There in the window staring at me, the cutest little kitty cat you ever did see. But the lights were going out, so I made a beeline for the door. A kind old lady on hearing my tale said, son, you're in luck, that kitty's on sale. Then she hugged my neck and said, on second thought, it's on me. I had a little pink kitty for my girl the next morning. I thought about that little barn where Grace was born. Realized then the lesson we're meant to share. It's not about the toys or the things we're given. It's all about the stuff that makes life worth living. If you've got love, you're rich beyond compare. It's not over yet. A few days later, thought I'd try to repay that sweet little shopkeep who saved the day. Invite her to help my family ring in the new year. So I went back to that very same spot, nothing but a pay-to-stay parking lot. I asked the attendant, man, what's going on here? He said there hadn't been a toy store here for 20 years.
As I turned to walk away, I clearly heard what sounded like a little bell ringing. So I asked the attendant if he heard it. He asked, what bell? When I tried to explain, he just smiled a broad smile, chuckled softly, and said, if you heard the bell and it brought you joy, that's all that matters, isn't it? Papa Pete put down his guitar, smiled, and said, so to answer your question, yes, I surely do believe in Christmas miracles. Don't you?
Wow. Let me bring everybody back on. Oh my goodness. Man, Pete, I just love that. I played
You
it for
like
my
it?
grandson. Yes. I think it's awesome. I really do. And the fact that it's based on a true story is really cool.
Oh yeah, where I took a little artistic license at the end. I
Yes.
didn't go back and actually find a parking lot where the store was, but I did go back around New Year's Day with some confectionery, with some sweets, little some brownies and sweet rolls and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I went back to the same store, and I was just gonna, thank the kind lady that gave me the cat. And there were two very young ladies in the store. They looked like maybe high school, senior high school age. And I asked them, where's the more advanced in years gal I met the other night? This night she was locking up, and they looked at me like they had no clue who I was talking about. And
Wow.
I told myself I could go back and figure it out in a day or two. And
Yeah.
I just decided I left the pan of goodies and decided just to call that my own little Christmas miracle and not try and get to the bottom of it. So that that's my little cheat way as a grown up of keeping the miracle alive myself.
I love that. I think it's beautiful. I really
Wow.
do. And
Thank you.
gosh, isn't that great, Paul? Oh my God. I just think it's
Yeah,
so
that's,
great.
I like the ending. I kind of got little chill bumps. I'm like,
Yeah.
All
oh,
right,
that's a nice
that's what you
little
go for.
ending to like the Christmas
Yes.
miracle was because I'm listening to the song and I'm like, this is, I mean, like the Santa Claus wise, it was kind of like telling children that Santa Claus actually doesn't exist, but the ending kind of
Yes.
brings that back. Like it's
Yeah.
he is true. It's like, and I was trying to figure out where it was going. I was like, oh
Right.
yeah, no, I'm glad I got the book. I'm going to read that to my kids, and they're gonna like. But
Yeah,
you
it-
said, but the
They're gonna like it.
Santa doesn't exist. The parents go by. Read the
Right.
The end explains
Get
it.
all the way to the end. And from time to time, as I got old, I remember as a kid, every once in a while I'd peek behind the door in my mom's room and there's a toy that ends up under the Christmas tree, and as I started asking questions about that, it was my parents kind of explained it to me in this amorphous, well, it's a team sport, we help out Santa sometimes and Santa helps out us and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the vibe I was going for.
Yeah, and
Wow.
that's
Well, you
awesome.
sure
We
did.
have
You
to
pulled
do
it
that with the
off.
Easter Bunny because the kids see us hiding the eggs and they're like, well, the Easter Bunny's not hiding the eggs. No, we're just helping
Yeah.
the Easter Bunny out.
Yes.
He's really busy. Oh, that's
There's-
perfect. You know what would be cool to me? Get the hard copy of the book and play the video while you're reading the book to your kids. I
Yeah.
think that would be really cool.
And the video's free out there on the out there on the YouTube site. So anybody that the Little Pink Kitty website, Little Pink Kitty Christmas website you can download the song free. You can go out and hit the video, the video free. My thinking there was, if you have a young reader who mom or dad reads it to the first time, they can go to bed, hit the play button on the iPad, and sort of relive the story and follow along in the book if they'd like to. So.
Yes,
That's awesome.
absolutely. That is so great. That is
Thank
so
you.
great. I like
glad
what
you like
Mike and Mindy said. They said they bought 6 books for their family and charity.
God bless Mike and Mindy. Thank
Oh
you
my
so much. You
goodness.
guys are
Isn't that
amazing.
Well, it is an amazing story. I mean, it really is. And it's so,
Thank you.
I just think it's a beautiful song. I really do. Like I said, my grandson and I listened to it, watched the video, for as long of an attention span as a 5-year-old has,
Of course. Of course.
But he liked
Where's the
it. I was like, this is a really cool video. So with the book to go along with it, I think that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
think it's beautiful. Gosh, thank
It's
you for
not just
writing
an
that.
audio book; it's a musical book.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's even more. You're right, Paul. It's even more than just an audio because really, if you put them together, it's an audio book. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like
wait,
audio.
there's more.
Yeah,
Wait, there's more. I love it. I think it's beautiful. Gosh, I bet you.
Awesome.
What is your daughter's reaction to that? Since she was the premise. Of
Yeah,
that.
she really dug it. She really dug it. I keep hoping one day, as she becomes even more accomplished in her playwriting endeavors, she'll think back kindly on this maybe at some point. I think it would. I also think it would make for a great story, a great Hallmark movie kind of thing.
I do too.
Um,
I do too.
Yep.
And
I've
that's
already-
so cool because. Go ahead, Paul. Sorry.
No, I'm saying I've already got my brain spinning on it. I mean, 'cause
Yeah.
I could see it as a play. I could see it as a movie. At like the Hallmark movie. I could actually see
Mhm.
that, and that's cool.
Great. That's what I was going for.
Wow.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. And gives me inspiration to maybe do a book for my song Toys in Heaven that I wrote, it would make a great book, Paul. We need to start
We gotta-
working on that.
We got to talk about that, Carolyn, because
Yes.
I can walk you through the whole process. There's ways. Yeah, let's definitely talk. If I recommend the project highly too. It's really fun.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, and Paul's done. Did you self-publish?
Yeah, I did. I did Amazon KDP on
That's what
my
Paul did too. Yeah.
on my LifeSong page, the last tab is a blog that just sort of catalogs. Here's how all of this works, and one of the most exciting pieces for me, one of the most fun parts for me was I would send the author, or I'd send a picture. I don't know. Can you see?
The other way. Yeah, there you go. Sort of. Yeah. Oh, it's just stick people.
I would send that, and then what my illustrator would send back.
Wow.
would send back for my approval is this.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just a really wonderful collaboration. You know, I'd send sort of concept ideas. She'd put together non-colored sketches and send them back. I'd send back any changes, and then she'd send back the finished, the finished images. And it's amazing what you can do with the magic box of many colors here, and the internet.
Yes.
And you enable.
Oh my gosh, that makes me think, Paul. Man, your Fairy Dome Mysteries would be a perfect children's book.
And that's what I'm actually working for right now. Is I'm trying to do coloring books with it, things with it.
Yes.
To find the illustrator, or did you know the illustrator?
I went on Fiverr and looked around, and there are a gazillion people. What you can expect to invest to get your first children's book made can vary widely. I was working with a talented artist from somewhere on the other side of the globe.
Oh, wow.
And it was just a really, really pleasurable experience. She made me wonderful illustrations, but I also got to know a really great person,
Wow.
who brought some wonderful perspective, to the project. So
What a great idea to see your vision brought to life like that.
Yeah,
it was
amazing.
really cool.
Always amazing. I went on Fiverr because I was trying to find people to do like a book cover. Am I doing the Max Headroom thing again?
Yes.
Yeah.
My network
Sorry,
quality.
Yeah.
Let's see if
Well, maybe you.
Okay, can you hear me instead of seeing
Yes,
me?
we can hear you.
Yeah, we got you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so yeah, Fiverr is amazing. I want to work with more people like that. The amount of money, whenever they say, oh, it's from like $100 all the way up to $1,000 to work with an illustrator. How did that work with you? I mean, I'm not going to ask exactly how much.
I'll tell you, $40 an illustration. So
really,
For each page? Are you saying for each page?
Well, there are 14. There are 14 total, and there's all kinds of formulas for these books. You can go out and find. They're broken down by the number of pages and that sort of thing. But every 2-page spread is one illustration.
Oh, well, that's not bad if it's a short children's story.
Right. I have 14 illustrations plus a cover.
Wow.
So the process was really, like I say, really, really neat. Some of the things I sent her were, again, combinations of horrific, fairly understandable stick figure drawings that I wrote, then like with pictures of family members sort of stuck in there, and she'd just make it all come together in this really magical sort of fashion. So it was a really good experience.
And I love the way you did the video to where you have used it's just so beautiful. I thought it was so pretty, perfect. Where you're singing, you're telling the story, but then oh my God, it reverts back to the cartoon. I just think it's awesome.
Thank you.
I mean, really awesome. It's so well done. I wish you the best of luck. When did you write that book? Well, your daughter's grown now, you said.
Wrote the book two Christmases ago.
Oh, okay.
And it came out sort of very late to need. Didn't hit the digital shelves until November. It was a little behind the curve. And then last year it did decently, but with almost no marketing. So I'm gonna hit a little bit harder this year and see how it works.
You should. And I'd like to remind everyone that's watching to please share this so he can get his songs and his book out there, because that's a beautiful story. It really is. Thank you. Paul, do you have anything before we move on to the next song?
Let's move on to the next song before I start doing that.
All right. I know that you start. I don't know what's going on, Paul. That's terrible. So the next song I have on the list is, and I listened to some of this one too. Oh, I love it. This one is called Love Begets Love. Tell us a little bit about that, Pete.
This, just personally, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
I had for years, since I was probably mid-20s, I'm fortunate to marry the love of my life as a very young guy. And we're always part of a church community, and it's always fun watching parents bring new babies to church, right?
Right.
And I have marveled since that time at what I would call sort of the inexhaustibility of love in God's creation. When you, on the day you get married, you cannot imagine ever loving another person or being devoted to another person as much as you're devoted to your spouse.
Exactly.
And then a baby comes along, and it's all of a sudden there's just more. The depth of emotion you feel for your child takes nothing away from the depth of emotion you feel for your spouse. Indeed, the opposite is true. It seems like there's just more of it everywhere.
Yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yes.
And I had been trying for years to come up, with something that captured in melody and lyric the joy that I wanted wrapped up in that message. No luck. I tried to sit down. You've been there. You
Yes.
try this, and it's going nowhere.
Yes.
And then literally within about 45 minutes of my wife and I getting the phone call from my son telling us we were going to be grandparents, it wrote itself.
Yeah. Because you can't even believe it. It's like, oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. It just spilled out. And then the outro that you'll hear at the end, that was probably another day or two in the making. I knew kind of generally what I wanted to do with it, but working out some of the harmony parts and stuff was a little bit longer. But the song just wrote itself. And it's I'm toying with making a subtitle, the grandparent song, and you'll sort of hear as it goes through the refrain is love begets love.
Oh,
and
such beautiful.
And there's a line in there. The world will change in an instant when you see your baby's face, but to hold your children's children.
Oh my God, you're so right. You're going to make me cry on this one, Pete.
I hope so. Well, it should.
Yes.
Hopefully, it's happy tears because
Yes.
the tune and the tempo and the tune and the melody should be
Yes.
uplifting. But yeah,
Oh
this is my new favorite. What's fun about this one too? This is the closest thing to an actual music video I've ever done. Most of them are kind of sound on slide, or lyric videos. This is on an iPhone. My lovely bride was my videographer.
Awesome.
A little video editing program. I sitting in my basement. So for what it's worth, see what you think. I hope the message is infectiously uplifting.
It will be, and that's what I love. I love uplifting songs. Songs that tell a true story. And so far, you're batting 100, whatever that saying is. I don't know what it is.
Bless you. Thank you.
You're welcome, Pete. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready to be just awed. Listen to me telling you how to feel. This is "Love Begets Love" by Pete Mark Steiner, and you're doing the vocals on this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting mixed up. I want to make sure I'm telling them correctly.
Yep.
Here we go. Get ready. Here we go.
Sing, hallelujah, sing, hallelujah, sing, hallelujah, hallelujah. Preacher man way up on a hill, speaking that word. A lot of people taking their fill, like nothing they've ever heard. The story is best of the ages, about a miracle that's been said. But I hear tell from scholars and sages, it ain't about fish and bread. It's all about love begets love, begets love, begets love. Love begets love, begets love, begets love. You won a lot of hearts that day, 'cause a little went along a mighty long way. Up in front of family and friends, hand in hand, promising love never ends, sealed with a golden band. Neither one can imagine little goes a long, a mighty long way. The world will change in an instant when you see your baby's face. But to hold your children's children is to hold amazing grace. And that's how love begets love, begets love, begets love. Love creates love, celebrates love, just makes more love.
Wow, Pete, you did it again. Oh my gosh. I love it. I really love it. That is so clever. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh my God. I don't know what happened to Paul. Oh, you're so welcome.
See the did you get the grandparent angle there?
Oh, I loved it. It was so perfect because, you know, you don't stop. I did that. Well, not that, but I talked about that to my husband one time because we went to a couple's 50th wedding anniversary one time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And the family was huge because they had 13 kids.
Wow.
And there were hundreds and hundreds of people. And I just looked around and I said, it is so amazing that because two people fell in love, you have all of these people. You know, and it's mind blowing, isn't it? It's just
really
mind blowing.
It really is.
Gosh, that's so beautiful. That's a beautiful way to put it. I want to show what your friends Mike and Mindy are saying. Thank you for the sweet comments. First of all, this is about the little Pete and Kitty. I'm guessing says Hallmark movie for sure. You know what? Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Honestly, I would watch it. The kids would love it. And then another one they asked a question. Are you working on another song or book right now? Good question. Thank you, guys.
Great question. Thanks for the question. Not a book at present. I have a couple of ideas, but busy with a day job on the book thing. It's a little more of a you can't sit down for 15 minutes at a time and sort of tinker with that the way you can with songwriting. Songwriting, absolutely. You know, have another 3 or 4 in the pipeline at different stages of development. So yeah, stay tuned. Follow the YouTube channel and my website, and I'll be posting them as soon as they're ready to go.
Yes, and Pete, I want to remind you, since you're on Carolyn's Corner, I ask everyone when they have something new come out, send it to me, and I want to share it. So people that have seen you, I would love to share it with everybody because I love your songs. They're just so beautiful. You're so welcome. Gosh, thank you for the kind comments, ladies and gentlemen, and the questions.
Yeah, this is great.
Mike
Thanks,
and Mindy.
everybody.
I'm just going to call them Mike and Mindy. Mike and Mindy.
I feel like I know them already.
I know. I really thought you did, but you don't. Well, that's even cooler, isn't it? Isn't it, Pete? Or maybe you did.
I do. Yeah. I know.
Okay. So the next song we're going to feature, and Paul will be back. You remember I told you he used to be a magician, so he's having issues with his internet. Poor Paul. I feel so bad. Paul. He's such a great guy. So the next song I want to feature, and I want to do every single song you've ever written. I'm not even kidding. This is hard. I was like, okay, I have to leave some off. Oh boy. So the next one is, and I thought this was really cool. My Train's Late Again. I like the tempo of this. I like the feel of it. It's so cool. Tell them a little bit about this song.
if you have ever had to be a beleaguered commuter in any sort of urban area, you will relate to this. If your life turns, your existence is contingent upon public transportation running in timely fashion, you will understand the frustration that has hit every one of us. There's a line in there that says, sort of blew out my shoe chasing a bus. That is absolutely true.
Clever.
I was running to catch a bus to get to Union Station to catch a train to go to New York. And I ended up sitting on the train the entire time with half of the heel coming off of my shoe, and train travel, commuting in the National Capital Region's challenge on the best of days. But you lose a lot of religion when you,
I bet you do.
Hustle to the train station, and there's a big sign that says everything is delayed, and there's no updates about when it's going to go. And it's always when your kid has a show or a soccer game, or you want to get home for your wife's birthday or something, So this is the one. Not a lot of deep emotion and evocative journey
cool,
here.
Though.
This is
because
just,
we've all been, if nothing else, we've all been stuck in a traffic jam, and we don't
Yes.
have subways here in Texas that I know of, and we don't have trains unless you go to San Antonio, like for a tourist thing. But I've always thought, man, it'd be cool to ride a subway or ride a train, just to do it. But I wouldn't want to have to do it every day.
When it's good, it's groovy.
Yes.
But sometimes it's not, and it just, if you've ever been frustrated about getting from point A to point B, whether it's any method of conveyance, car, rail, boat, you plane, whatever, you'll get the underlying idea.
Absolutely.
And hopefully it's a toe tapper.
Oh, I like it. I really do like it. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is, make sure I look, My Train's Late Again. And I like the title. That's how I do titles. Just basic. This is the title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I am. Like, what did I say? What's the main thing? My train's late again.
Hey,
So,
how about a title?
I love it. I love it. Here we go by Pete Mark Steiner. My Train's Late Again. Here we go.
I got 13 miles on some $100 shoes. Lost a piece of my soul chasing bus number 2. My left foot soaked, now I'm froze to the bone. I paid my fare and I'm just trying to get home, but my train's late again. My train's late again. Is it too much to ask? Am I just pissing in the wind? Ain't the end of the world, but my train's late again. The doctor says I'm sorry, but another hour's gonna pass. So I headed round the corner for some patience in a glass. Thought about some Jack and Coke and my spirits sort of rose. But when I got to the door, the friggin' sign said we're closed and my train's late again. My train's late again. I ain't nobody's saint, and I'm sorry if it's a sin, but I'm getting kind of pissed 'cause my train's late again. So I limped along on half a sheet to a bar just up the street. Seemed like it took forever to get my Jack and have a seat. Clock above my table showed I'd time for one more drink. Then my waitress said, "That old clock's broke, but it's pretty, don't you think?" So I grabbed my coat briefcase, threw some money on the table. It's quite fair to say by then I'm sure I looked a bit unstable. I sprinted out that door, that station wasn't far. But as that whistle blew, I realized left my wallet at the bar. My train's late again. My damn train's late again. I could drunk punch a kitten or the grandma, my best friend. I'm just so mother mad 'cause my train's late again.
Wow, Pete. I was laughing because I can really feel you're like, ugh. It was funny, man. That clock doesn't work. It's like, what else could go wrong? Then you left your wallet. Oh my God.
Yes. And one of those, at one time or another, every one of those things has happened.
Yeah. Oh my God.
If I could get quick plug there for, again,
Yes.
that was Gary McCaffrey. Most of the guitar and did you hear the clock ticking when,
Yes.
that's his production skills. He
Wow.
plays in a band called Shotgun Preacher here in the National Capital Region. So
Ooh, I like the name of that band.
it's really cool. Anybody here in the National Capital Region, if you ever get a chance to see Shotgun Preacher doing their thing, you'll hear Gary McCaffrey and his crew, and you get a lot more of that flavor.
Wow. Well, do me a favor. Send him a message. Say, hey, you want to go on a podcast?
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to have it because I love that type of song. I love something with a little humor. I just love it. I thought it was really cool. And I was over here jamming.
Thank you.
Can't say it again. I liked it a lot. I was over
Amen.
here laughing. I told my daughter, "This is funny. You got to listen to this again when you get done." Man, I really like that.
It's funnier now that I'm not on the train.
I know. I can imagine. At the time, it was not funny. I could just imagine. Man, I really like it. I'm so sorry that Paul got lost in the abyss of the internet of the
Internet of Things
world.
just
He's
gobbled them
virtually
up.
missing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let me see. We have a comment. Let's see what it says. Oh, Sarah gave you thumbs up. Both
Thank you,
thumbs
Sarah.
up. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah's so beautiful. It won't let me put little emojis. It's a little picture of her with her thumbs up. Sarah, by the way, that looks just like you. Except that I want that cap. It's really cute. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you so much. So I don't want to rush, but I do because I want to try to get to all your songs because I can't not. Have you ever heard that? I made that up, I think. I can't not play them.
Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind, Carolyn.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to say that. So the next song that I picked out, and again, I don't want to rush you, but I want to keep going. We'll have to let time. I like this title. And when I first heard the title, I was like, interesting. It reminds me of something I said years ago. We'll see if it's what I think it is. I don't know.
Okay.
Together Alone.
Tell
us about that.
This is an homage to the importance of married couples and long-term relationships continuing to make time for one another. A little bit of the same undertone as on A Gypsy Road. Don't put off joy in whatever forms it comes to you in. Make time for each other. The two of you are the world around which the rest of your family is based in a long-term relationship. So don't neglect watering those flowers and making time for each other.
Watering those flowers, Pete. You're genius. I'm telling you. My poor husband. I know. By the way, I want to do a shout out to my husband. I'm an hour away from him. He is in Beeville. I am in Corpus Christi babysitting. So hi, Brett. He's watching us on the big screen. I'm sorry my head looks so big, honey.
What's up, Brett?
So Brett, we got to pay attention to the lyrics because we need to water our flowers. Sorry, that's a great way. I love that, Pete. You're so awesome. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. I'm ready. I don't know why I do my hands like that. It just means it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Here we go.
Good.
Oh my gosh, Pete.
Hope you like it.
Oh, I know I will. So far, I've loved every one of them. Okay, make sure I got the right one together. All right, let's hope I click. Me and my clicky disease. Let's hope I click the right one. I hope this is Together Alone. If it's not, send me a private message right away and say it's not it. Here we go. Because the title doesn't pop up on this one. I'm like, we don't know what it is. Maybe get something else. Here we go.
Let's see.
Already been a long one. The job, the traffic, the crowds, and the PTA. I poured us a drink, better hold on, it's a strong one. I needed some liquid courage so I could say, come on baby, let's you and me go get lost in a new memory, the kind that'll make you blush when minutes we never used on an old cell phone. Come on, girl, let's get together alone. Some silent years have made us take for granted. There'll be time for you and me on another day. But pretty ideas like flowers can go unplanted. When sweet intentions dim and then fade away. So come on, baby, let's you and me get tangled up in a new memory, the kind that'll steal my breath when you smile that way. We only get so many days. We can dance on the bar and get carried away, fret about all those seeds we've never sown. Come on, girl, let's get together alone. A night on the town ain't what I'm recommending. No fancy table, candlelit for two. But if you lock that door, I swear I'll get to tending. The 49 more shades of me and you. So come on, baby, let's you and me let it all go in a new memory, the kind that'll make us grin looking back someday. We can come up with a million ways of filling tomorrow's yesterdays, like we're living a moment that's only ours on loan. Come on, girl, let's get together, I swear. There ain't nothing better come near. Let's get together alone.
Wow, Pete, you're
What'd you
making this.
think?
I loved it. Are you kidding? I even wrote down that line: "Get tangled up in a new memory." That's so
Right?
clever. That's
Well,
clever.
thank you.
For
Thank
real
you.
clever. You have got some really clever lines. I'm just so impressed. And
Well,
yet
thank
you're for real. I'm not even just saying that, I promise. I love the wording that you use, the phrasing. It's
My
beautiful.
my
Gosh.
favorite line in that was, we can come up with a million ways of filling tomorrow's yesterdays,
I
like we're living a memory that's only ours on loan.
that is so like that.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you had a little Max Headroom there moment.
Oh no.
You
I
bet.
said I love that line too. Are you still am I still cutting
No,
out?
you're good.
Oh. I said I loved that line too, but I couldn't write fast enough to write it down.
Oh, excellent.
Very clever. You've got some very clever lyrics,
Thank
and I
you.
really like that song.
Thank
And I
you.
think that is applicable to any married couple,
Oh, yeah.
any couple, because we all deal with that. It's like, come on, I love it. Man, I just
Yeah.
love it. And what makes me upset is I have a thing that blocks part of my screen when the video starts saying your mic is muted, and it goes right over some of the words. So I'm gonna have to
Oh.
go back and watch it again on the computer after I get
Oh.
done. I really want to, because I want to see those words that I missed, because sometimes it's easier to read them quickly. And
Sure.
man, I loved it, Pete. You're so talented,
Thank you.
really.
I really
Man,
appreciate it.
you're welcome. You said you've only been writing a couple of years, huh?
Yeah, about 3.
Wow. You've been holding all that in all these years?
That's too kind. That's too
And
kind.
for real, how did you, like, all of a sudden, I think I'll just write a song. And it comes out like that? And
Yes,
wow.
it's been great.
Oh my gosh.
I feel blessed.
It's true, right? When you write something that's like that and it really resonates with people, it's like, that's what it's about. It's,
Yeah.
and have you had anything recorded yet by anyone?
Not yet, not yet. I get, that's one of my hopes. I've been following your show now for a bit. I can
Awesome.
seldom watch it live because I'm an old guy and I go to bed. But I bring it with me on my doodad, and I hear the caliber of artists you've had on.
I know.
Peyton,
Peyton Howie, she's
David
incredible, right?
Martinez,
I
Bill Walker.
know.
You had somebody on last week that opened for Clay Walker.
Yes,
Okay,
that
and
was
she's
Brandy Balin, I think.
yeah,
I
yeah,
get mixed up. There's so many now, I'm blessed to
touring
say.
nationally. My hope is one of one of the many super talented guests you've had on this show, performers, may
Yes,
hear something here that they like.
I
That would
know.
be
And
great.
I honestly mean this. Any of them that I've heard so far, I like that one. I think that could be because that could be even if it's a country artist, the phrasing is
Yeah,
what's in right now. Do you know what I mean? If you
yeah,
listen, because we've been watching, my husband and I have been watching a lot of not a lot, but kind of following what song singers, the big singers are looking
yeah.
for. And it's that. It's
Ah,
exactly that. It is that. It's that tempo.
oh, good to
I've got
know.
one that I just finished recording called "Give Up," and it's a fast tempo, just like that.
Oh,
And yeah, I just recorded it because I told my husband if I can get this to the right person, it's a party anthem. Like,
oh, nice,
yeah, it's
nice. I'd
literally a
love to
party
hear it.
anthem. Yeah, of course I'll share it with you. Now we're like
Yeah,
good
please.
friends as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like that. I always say to everybody, once you come on the show, it's like honestly, this is what I tell everyone. If you've been watching the show, I try to tell everyone that you're like part of the family now. That's how I feel. I really
Great.
do. And I'm so blessed to have you here, Pete. Really, you are
Uh,
so
Pleasure's mine.
just so talented, man. Isn't that amazing how you just I don't know how you I just have a feeling we're kind of on the same wavelength. I always feel like blown away that I was given this amazing talent to even write the lyrics. It's like, and then you were doubly blessed because you can play the guitar and you may have taken lessons, but to me that's like you can do all that.
I'm just for it's very it's also very therapeutic.
Yes,
There's something about the world's crazy in a couple of different ways now. There's not a
for
lot
sure.
of positive energy out
Ain't
there,
that the truth?
and so much of this. I'm thrilled anytime if people ever listen or I get a kind comment or something like that. That touches me very deeply. Um, but I also sometimes just sit in the basement and play my songs that I like for me, because
Yes.
there's something that was therapeutic about the creation and therapeutic about reliving the creation when you play it for yourself. And, it's, yeah. So I feel fortunate in more ways than I feel entitled.
Wow, absolutely. And that's amazing. I think it's beautiful. And that's always been that's the reason why we created this show. Myself and Paul. Paul, because he was a self-published author and he
Mhm.
had a hard time. There's a lot of things you have to do to accomplish a book to get the
Yes.
and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
he knows how hard it is. So he said, let's feature. And it's funny, we had the idea the same day. This is crazy. It was out
Mhm.
of the blue. I said, I've got a great idea. Let's feature singer songwriters because I know how hard it is to get your songs out there. And he's
Yeah.
so crazy. I was just going to say, let's feature authors. So you're the best of both worlds, Pete. You're like both
Oh,
of them together.
you're too
That-
kind, Carolyn.
that's
Too kind.
great. Yeah. So it's true though. How hard is it? It's hard. It's hard to get your songs out there. At least with our little family, at least hopefully some will hear it. It'll get out there a little bit more than it would have
Yeah.
otherwise. So
I'm
that's
I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I read the other day there are 70,000 new songs a day
I
are
believe it.
released into the digital universe for download and stream
Wow.
and share and stuff like that. So when you break down the math on that, what that turns out to be every second of every day, there's I'm continually amazed on your show and in some user groups that I'm in, where every
Yes.
once in a while you'll hear somebody and think, how come you're not on the radio? How come this isn't out there?
Exactly.
And I think it's just because people, there's a lot of good talent that's lost in a tsunami of stuff,
So
so
many with the digital era is what did
yeah,
it. I mean, it's good and it's bad.
right, right, right,
And
right.
I did want to tell you, did you see that comment? Mike and Mindy said that would be, let me put it back up here. I took it off. I don't know why.
Artist recording
That
yes,
that would be great if a country artist recorded one of your songs. Yes, absolutely. Because
that's
like
the
that
goal.
song that we just played, that is kind of the new vibe. It's a fast pace, and you can talk to any publisher or pretty much producer, and they're going to say that's what's selling. It's
Hmm.
slow songs, and I love writing ballads, but
Yeah.
slow songs are not selling like your fast beat. They want
Yeah.
that party, that feel. And, you
Yeah.
know, I'm just like, wow. But to me, I don't know. I do too. I really do like it. But if you start listening to country radio right
Yeah.
now, current, they're all very, very similar. They're
Yeah.
all the sound,
Up
you know?
tempo. Yeah. Driving
Yes.
drum and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Almost, and it's almost the same phrasing. You know, the same. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know all the technical terms. My husband and I are just
Sure.
like, they just sound. You know, it's like, wow, it's the same data. Because when we watched a show with you belong to my songwriting group, right? The one I
Yeah.
belong to. Okay.
Mhm.
We were lucky enough to come across a show online where Sandy Ramos was selecting songs from one of the other groups.
Hmm.
And it was about 2 hours. We watched all of it, and she selected out of probably 200 songs. I think she selected maybe 20,
Oh,
and
wow.
every one of them had that sound. Every one
Had
of them.
that meter.
Every
Interesting.
one of them. And there's a lot that she really liked, but she said no. It's too slow. No,
Yeah.
it's too old fashioned. Nobody's going to want it. I was like, wow.
Right.
You know, but almost every one of them, for real. There were maybe 2 or 3 exceptions, and I was like, so we just by watching that show, we kind of learned, okay, this is what they want. You
That's
know,
good to know.
Yeah.
I've seen that in her song tuner thing, you know, where hey,
Yes.
here's what certain artists are looking for this week. Very little on slow ballady kind of stuff. It's all
I
up
know.
tempo, you know.
It is. It is. Do you post on Feedback Friday?
Very infrequently. The timing is usually off for me. I'm
Yeah.
you know, Fridays are, you know, I'm out the door, no dark 100. By the time I get home, I'm usually thinking, oh wait, I forgot to do it, and then I'm thinking about posting after dinner, and I
Yes.
look and there's already 860 posts,
I
you know, and you
know.
think, you know,
I
I did
know.
the math on that once too. If she listens to songs 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, you can get through. I want to say it was like 900 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but that's assuming you never get lunch or, you know, it's just a
Yeah.
lot of stuff.
And
So
she said she does listen to all of them. She said
Yeah.
it may take her a few days, but I believe her. I mean,
Yeah.
and she listened to it. I've only put like 2 or 3 out there, but Carved in Stone, the one I shared with you, I got really
that's
good.
beautiful
Yeah, I
song.
got, and so it you know, it really encourages you. To me, it did because
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking in my brain, I think it's a good song. You know, it's like
Sure.
we all think our stuff is great, but you want to
Right,
get a
right.
second opinion, a third opinion. You know, so let me see what maybe
Maybe
Dirks or
Dirks or
Darius.
Darius.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
did you hear the show with Jeffrey Nallman a while back?
No, I don't think I did. I don't think I heard that
Oh
one.
man. Let's see. Where was he at? Was he on the show? Yes. I released his video that I made for him. We're going to share this at the end of the show because he's our spotlight artist right now.
Oh, cool.
And he obviously knows a lot of people in the music industry. And he said, I'm just letting you know, he messaged me. I'm just letting you know that someone from Darius Rucker's camp might be listening for this song. And I was like, what?
Wow.
You know, I never heard anything. He said they weren't there, but I was so nervous that night. I was like, oh, what if they're watching the show? And you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
if we could get to that point, Pete, can you imagine if we could have producers and that would be like a blessing.
Yeah, that would be way cool.
That would be so cool. Yeah. I mean, it could happen. It could happen.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. Anything could happen. They could just be strolling. Well, they're like that girl. I don't know if you saw the video. And of course, I don't know her name, but she records herself on TikTok and she's making iced coffee and she's mixing all the ingredients and she's singing. Did you see that? She's singing Tim McGraw songs and Faith Hill songs.
Mhm.
Well, they saw it on TikTok and now she's touring with Tim McGraw. Really?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Now that's a once in a lifetime thing, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
not only
Some
did they
people
hear
win
her
the
song-
lottery.
Yeah,
You know,
she
there's some
definitely won the lottery.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But
God
I'm just
bless her.
saying,
Good for her.
to see her, somebody somehow he saw her on TikTok. So you
Yeah.
know, who knows? Who knows? But I'm just saying, anything could happen. You got to have faith. I have faith.
Whatever works.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next song that we are going to play, another good one, Pete. You're making this. I'm glad I don't have to say which one's my favorite because I can't. So this one is called "Far From Perfect," but he was mine. Oh, tell us about that song, Pete.
Yeah, this is a. It's funny. This is the first one I ever. 3 years ago, the first one I sort of ever released. You know, when I started getting serious about this.
Yeah.
This is in my basement. My daughter Sarah does the beautiful, almost hypnotic vocal on it.
Oh, that's your daughter. Wow.
Yeah. The song's about the reality that love at 20 looks a lot different than love at 40, which looks different than love at 60, which looks a lot different than love at 80.
Wow.
I have family members, very, very dear to me. They're a couple in their 80s, and we lost the gentleman this past Christmas Eve.
Oh, I'm
And
so sorry.
I had been watching this. There are relationships wherein when we're all coming into that final chapter, sometimes one person is in need and another person is a giver.
Yes.
And under the best of circumstances, that can be trying if you're young and healthy. If you're struggling with things too, that can be very emotionally draining.
Yes.
If you're the person who's not well in that relationship, you're also frustrated because you can't do the things you used to be able to do. You're limited in where you can go and what you can do, and all the fun seems to be drained out of your life. So from time to time, you can get a little snippy. Well,
yes.
I would periodically see those exchanges between these two people I love dearly, and one would kind of snip at the other, and the wife would turn and go, so and so, and then you'd see it register on her face, the notion that there's not a lot of sand left in our hourglasses. And she literally said out loud one time, because her eyes welled up, but he's my so and so.
Oh.
So the phrasing occurred to me. It's far from perfect, but he's mine. He's my so and so. So this is one of a couple songs I've written for a female vocalist. I was blessed to have my daughter do this for pizza money.
Wow. Well,
this song, and it's this one across the different streaming media, video, and some stats I get on. I use TuneCore. Between 750 and 1,000 streams a month, which in the
to me that's pretty good.
Well, it's very kind. In the modern music world, that'll might almost enable me to buy a small coffee, and not at Starbucks. I'm talking McDonald's, But with the periodic with periodic regularity, I will get a message on my my webpage or a thread under the YouTube posting or something from someone that's been going through a difficult emotional time and say that the song brought them some comfort. And it doesn't get better than that.
No,
that's literally as good as it gets. So I'm really,
and unfortunately, most of us deal with something like that in our lifetime, and we do.
We all come with an expiration date.
I know. And when we come back, I got to talk to you about what you just said, that line. We'll talk about when we come back. Cause I was like, what? I even wrote it down, Pete, but I will not steal it from you. I promise.
No.
Okay. So here we go. Y'all get ready for this. This is, make sure I got the Far From Perfect, but He Was Mine, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's it.
Here we go. Let me make sure I got wait a minute. Do I have the right one? Okay. I hope I got the right one. Hold on just a moment. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to, hold on, I got lost. I'm trying to find it here. If this is the wrong one, let me know. It doesn't give me the title again. I'm like, oh, I hate that. I'm just going to take a chance, Pete.
Sure.
It's either that one or the next one.
Okay.
Here we go. Sorry.
We'll roll with it.
Sorry. Oh, I got to put us in the waiting room because I had to do this in a little bit.
Okay.
Let me get the right one. Stand by, Pete. Now we know what. So sorry. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. I am so sorry. We had to make some changes at the last minute, so some of them got downloaded and replaced. Okay, it's processing. It's going to take just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and play. Let me bring Pete on here real quick. Pete, while that's downloading, I'm so sorry. Let's go ahead and play the one that I just almost accidentally played, and that was His New Girl, right?
His New Girl. Yep. It's another tune written for a female vocalist. I was very fortunate on this one. A young lady named Chloe Guilfoyle who is in musical theater with my daughter, does the vocals on this and one or two others that I had put together. This is about, I wrote this after a couple of months of watching the emotional journey my wife took in the run up to my adult son's marriage. You know, there's sort of this emotional roller coaster that starts out at, oh my gosh, my child's leaving the nest, and ends up at a place where you're just so grateful that he found somebody that loves him as much as we do.
Yes.
You know, and it's
Absolutely.
it's a really interesting metaphor, you know, so for an emotional ride, where you end up at a place different than you started and maybe different than you thought you would be. So I tried to write this song in a way that sort of mirrored that journey. If you just listen to the song and you don't know what it's about, you know, with this little opener, it sounds like it's about a sad song about people drifting apart. And then you get to the bridge, which you'll see here just in a second, and you realize, no, this is really a happy song about people coming together.
I love that. You're so smart the way you go completely around. I think that's beautiful, and have it turned back around. I've always wanted to do that. I think it's beautiful. So let's get to this one. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yep. No, great.
Sorry. Okay. I'm going to put us back in the waiting room. So sorry about the mix-ups.
Sure.
She's quite the catch, or so everyone said. It's easy to see how she turned his head after so many years. He used to be here, 'cause she's pretty and she's witty, and she's his new girl now. Turned cold, he was warm right here. When worry came calling, I could calm his fear, gently touch his face. He was safe in this place. But she's his comfort now. Stick figure people on the beach in the sand, the little one holding the big one's hand, his heart on the paper for the whole world to see, and crammed with 3 little words, Mama need. Petals are scattered, his young bride's aglow. The look on his face is what I already know. They were made for. She's what I prayed for. I hope there's a little room for me. She's his whole world
Wow, Pete. Hold on, let me
Hope you
turn this
liked it.
off. Are you kidding? I loved it.
Yay.
I loved it. It's beautiful. My son is still single, but when my daughter got married, it's a very, hold on, Spencer.
It's an emotional thing, right?
It's a very emotional thing. And that's exactly how and it's always like, I feel that way about both of my children, but it seems like the mom's more for the sons and the dad's more for the daughters. It's weird, isn't it? It's completely.
And there's lots of songs out there about dads and daughters.
Yes.
You know, I hadn't come across terribly too many about moms and sons.
I know
Um,
exactly. Why is that? I wonder. And that's an excellent point because the moms are the emotional wrecks. The dads, well, they
Yeah.
are. They just don't show it as much because
Right, right,
the
right.
men feel like they have to be macho and stoic and all that. Let's see. Maybe Faith Hill on this one. Yes.
Love the way you think, Mike and Mindy.
Wouldn't that be something? Oh my God!
Yes.
Let's all say some big prayers that happens because it could easily be. I mean, you could definitely be have this promoted as a wedding song for sure.
I
For
would
sure.
think, great mom and son, mother of the
Yes.
groom, mother of the groom
Oh
dance.
my
kind of
God,
thing.
I would play that at a wedding in a heartbeat. Oh my God. For
Tell
the
your
mother,
friends.
yes, I will. For the mother son dance.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Oh my God. It would be
Yay.
you'd be just crying and be like, oh my God. Oh, I'm already crying just thinking of it. I really am. That's so beautiful, Pete.
Good.
Oh, so
I
after
mean that
my
in a good way.
yeah, I know, right? So after my mix up, my boo-boo, let's get to the next one because I don't want to forget. So the next one is Little More Better. Right? No.
Yep, a little more better.
Okay, sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
this is
Well, actually, we
uh,
didn't do the other one. Do you want to do that one or do you want to do the one you already Far From Perfect, but he was mine?
in terms Far From Perfect, but he was let's do that one last because that's kind
Okay.
of like if you look at the body of work we've talked about tonight.
Okay.
That's kind of at the end of the arc.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead. Talk about
yeah,
a little more better.
Yeah,
I have the worst memory. I need a little more better memory. That's for sure. God, it's terrible, Pete. I'm sorry.
No. This is all good. All good. Little More Better, also sung by Chloe Guilfoyle. Beautiful. She's got some cool harmonies in this one.
Yeah.
This is I had about 2 years ago gone out to dinner with a good friend. Been married 26 years, and had hit a rough spot. Lots of people do.
Yes.
And we were talking about what do we do to fix this? What's the way back to a good place?
Yes.
And what the Hallmark channel will tell you is the way back to a good place involves spiriting your loved one off to a tropical paradise or selling everything you own and buying a Christmas tree farm in Vermont. And for most of us, that's just not an option. So we were talking about marital vows, and you marry for worse or for better. And I found myself saying to him, trying to be a little encouraging is maybe you don't need a grand gesture. Maybe all you need is a little less of the worse and a little more of the better, just a little more better. And
So
I
smart.
like
as soon as you said it, did you go?
Yeah, I did. I literally came home and picked up
Wow.
my guitar, went in the basement, picked up my guitar and said, I really think there's something here. And this is another one that just sort of wrote itself in about 2 hours.
Isn't that amazing? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it. Yeah. And it's going to help all of us out there who are married and maybe have had issues, whatever it is. We always need the better because sometimes you go through those rocky roads. I don't care who you are. You're going to go through periods in your marriage where there's ups and downs. And let's hear it. You ready, Pete?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm really excited. Here we go. Little More Better. Y'all got to go download all these songs. Check them out. Everything you can. Help out Pete. Here we go.
People say we married too young, maybe so. But youth has a way of saying okay when the rest of the world says no. So we set out alone on a road of our own, bought a little house and made it a home. But the years are stacking up and the wear is starting to show. What we're searching for you can't buy in a store. No fairy tales or perfect weather, just a little less worse and a little more better. Nothing in the world today ever seems to last. Take a look around like petals on the ground. The good things fade so fast. Forever's a phrase out of fashion. fashion these days. We look up and hook up at speeds that amaze, and tomorrow's not beholden to things of the past. Oh, but I've never strayed from the promise I made. I'll honor my vow to the letter for just a little less worse and a little more better. Apathy and oak trees take time to grow. Shadows get long and the roads become strong, and seasons come and go. There's only so many days and so many ways, so many prayers a lonely heart prays. Tomorrow's not a promise, this we know. But as our clock winds down, we can still turn it around, redeem this old jaded regretter with just a little less worse, a little more better.
How about
Pete?
Chloe Guilfoyle, right?
Oh my God, that is so beautiful. Her voice is beautiful.
Isn't she
Just
awesome?
the other one was your daughter, right?
Yeah.
Her voice is beautiful. Oh my gosh, you've.
Oh, I'm sorry. These first two have been Chloe. The last one's going to be my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, beautiful,
Yeah.
man. You selected someone perfect to sing these. Oh my
And this
gosh.
young lady, she did that one the last time. One of the times she was in town between college, between college things and stuff, and shows up in flip flops, having a piece of pizza. And say, hey, can you have time? She comes down and she just walks up to the microphone and delivers what you just heard.
Wow. Yeah. And it sounds like an angel. I mean, it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
And
I love her voice.
oh my goodness. And you combine that with those lyrics. Wow.
I'm glad you like them.
Powerful. Man, I love them. And I'm not even kidding, Pete. And you know what? I forgot to mention a while ago. What was the one that had the line, not a lot of sand in their hourglasses? I was like, Pete, you're a genius. So smart. You're thinking of things that I don't even think of.
I'm sure you do. You think of other things. I've heard your work. I know how you think.
Oh
It's
my
beautiful.
gosh, but clever lines, because it's so true, isn't it? No,
Yeah.
we don't know. None of us know how many. And I've actually thought of something similar to that. Because my brother years ago gave me a line for a song. Maybe we could write it. And the only line he said is, time slipping through an hourglass, moving so very fast, before you get to know it, it's gone. And I said, I'm
Yeah.
going to write that song one day. And then when I heard you about I was like, because I have said something like, you never know how many grains of sand we have left.
Oh,
And
that's
that's why,
good.
yeah. But
Yeah.
oh, that's beautiful, Pete.
Thank
You're blessed when it comes. Oh my goodness.
You're
Perfect
making
country
my whole
song.
week here, Carolyn.
Yeah,
Thank
I mean
you.
that honestly. Yes. Mike and Mindy, they're making my week too. They're just so kind. Thank you. Say
Mike
perfect.
and Mindy are awesome. Yeah.
Man. Yes. Perfect country. Y'all. I agree. It would be. Faith
Thanks,
Hill.
guys.
Faith Hill. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That
For
would be
real.
awesome.
It would be. If only we had her number.
Yeah, that's right.
I would send her this right now. Faith, just listen to this.
Got a good one for you.
Oh my gosh. Whoa, Pete.
I'm so glad you like
Amazing.
them. This is
I really do.
It's been a wonderful night.
Oh, me too. I've had so much fun. I enjoy listening to songs like that. They're just inspiring and just touching and moving. And the way you deliver I can't even describe it. Your
That's
phrasing,
good.
just the whole thing. I love them,
Thank
and
you.
I really do. You're welcome. God, you're blessed. So let's get to this last song, and believe me, I do not want to chase you off.
Oh, sure.
Tell us about the last song. Let me get back to where I go,
Yeah,
where I am.
yeah. Little recap. This is about, again, the process of aging and how love gets a little harder toward the end, but sometimes there's beauty in life's imperfections, and celebrating that. And you're never going to have perfect, but it's perfect if you can have someone that's dedicated to you.
Oh, how
And
beautiful!
that's kind of what this song is about. And
Wow.
there's a little bit of lots of different couples I know. I'm in here. I try. If my wife's watching, she's going to chuckle at me, but she'll tell you it's the truth. I try once a day to say, "Have I told you the prettiest girl I know today?"
Oh,
So there's a piece of that in here. There's, again, from loved ones from across my
yeah.
family I'm blessed with.
Like, what are the secrets?
Yeah,
Gosh, this is perfect.
yeah,
Speaking of perfect, far from perfect, but he was mine, right?
yeah. That's
Got
it.
the correct
And
title.
this is my daughter Sarah on the vocal.
Oh
Check it
my
out.
God. Whoo, y'all get ready for this. I wish we had all night. I would just play thousands of songs for you. I know you have a lot more. Here
You've
we
been so
go.
gracious. I appreciate it.
Honestly, here we go. Check it out, guys. Ooh, get ready. Get your Kleenexes ready. I have a feeling. Here we go.
He was far from perfect, but he was mine. We said for worse or better, then we built a life together. From childhood dreams to crazy schemes, we chased them all, or so it seems. He was far from perfect, but he was mine. We never made it big, but we had enough. There was always love and laughter, even when times were tough. And with paper plates on camping trips, by important measures, we were rich. We never made it big, but we had enough. He told me I was pretty most every day. There were twists and turns in life through curves, oh, but he never strayed. After 52 years, I could nibble his ears and still take his breath away. He told me I was pretty most every day. I know it said that time heals all, but for now I feel alone and sad and small. He was far from perfect, but he was mine. Today our paths are parted, but they'll meet again in time. Imperfect, yes, we'll always be, but in my heart stay with me. 'Cause love lives on eternally.
Pete,
What you think?
I'm not even kidding. I started crying over here because, oh, that is so beautiful. Because it's
Life,
hard.
right?
Yes, it's hard to convey how much you love someone in
Right,
words. But
right.
with that song, you conveyed it. Oh my goodness, so beautiful,
Well, thank
Pete.
you.
Honestly, it made me
I'm
think
so
of my
glad you
husband.
enjoyed it.
Oh my goodness, it made me think of me and my husband because that's how I feel about him. Just like I'm not perfect, but I'm his. He's not perfect, but he's gosh,
Right.
just beautiful. And I love the visuals because it just brought everything home. You know, I always I saw one day I was at the grocery store and I was sitting on the bench, and I'll never forget this. I saw a couple, and he was had to have been in his late 80s, maybe even early 90s, maybe
Wow.
older than that. Very frail little man. Well, his wife was even frailer than he was.
Mm.
Oh, it touched me so much. And that, oh, he was holding her hand and holding her up and getting her to the car. And I looked at them and I thought, my God, can
Yeah,
you
God
imagine?
bless him.
Yeah, I want that. You know what I mean? I
Right.
want that. And I always think, because, you know, I had a friend, her parents, and I never got to meet them, but her parents, she said they were the loves of each other's lives and they were married like forever, forever. And, she passed away shortly after he passed away. And I've heard that from
Sure.
so many people. It's like they passed away from a broken heart. They just couldn't bear to be without him. That's what it reminded me of. It's like your whole life with someone, just oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
And
And
you're
then you
wrapped up
lose them. You know,
together.
yes,
Yeah.
it's so true. You just it makes it, and you just brought it home with that song. It really, really did. Oh my goodness, Pete, that is beautiful.
I'm glad it touched you.
It
That's
really did.
awesome.
And
That's awesome.
I am not going to try. I'm going to. I'm going to go back and read the lyrics closer without that thing blocking it.
Sure, sure,
But
sure.
yeah, and by the way, your daughter's voice, oh my
Isn't
goodness.
she awesome? You know, I should have mentioned this earlier. The very first song you played, my daughter is a phenomenal musician. She writes and she sings and does everything.
Wow.
My son was the guy playing the harp in Gypsy Road.
Oh my
So
gosh. So you've got
he's
a
a,
whole talented family.
yeah, he plays guitar and plays the harp and yeah,
Wow.
yeah, but it was
That's
fun
so
when we
cool.
could all go down in the basement and make
I
music
can't
together.
even imagine. Oh my God, I would give anything to have my dad here. He's been gone
Yeah.
for years, but that's where my inspiration came from, I think. And
Oh, nice.
because my dad was in a little country and western band, you know, like traditional country.
Oh,
He never
perfect.
wrote, you know, but it stuck in my head because I loved hearing him sing. He had that deep, rich, you know, deep country.
Sure.
Yeah, and I think that's how I became so much in love with music. In fact, I
Yeah.
know it is, even though I only got to see him once in the band because you know it was the honky tonks, as my mom called them.
Sure. And that's not a place for a young lady in
No,
those
it was
days.
not a place for the kids,
Right.
and she would say, "Honey, you are not going to take those kids over there." So we
Right, right.
oh my gosh, Pete, you are so talented. I want to share something
You're
with you
gracious.
before you leave because I don't want. I could sit here all night.
Mm,
I've got a couple of things I need to address, and I
sure.
don't need to address, but I want to address them
Okay.
because I've been extremely blessed. Carolyn's Corner continues to grow,
Mhm.
so we have got one sponsor now, and I know that sounds
Oh,
funny, but
neat.
hey, one sponsor to me is a big deal
Sure.
because I'm very blessed and I'm always on the lookout for more sponsors. If anyone on here would like to sponsor and be played on we'll do a little video for you. We'll play you on the podcast every week, hopefully Wednesday and Thursday. This week was the exception to that. Let me know. I really appreciate it. And this was a very impromptu commercial. I literally recorded it here at my daughter's. So it is not very good. But I wanted to do something because the one I had was talking about Mother's Day. And I was like, that's not going to work. It had Mother's Day in there. I'm like, that's a little late for that. So I had another one, but it was for another event that already ended. So I'm like, okay, I'll just have to make one. And
Cut when you
I'm not an expert at making stuff, but let's try it. I'm going to try to play some music in the background to drown out my mistakes. Okay, y'all. So I want to say thank you to Scores Bar and Grill. What a great venue. If you're ever in the Beeville area, for those of you who are in Beeville, and also we have some more things in the works. I'm so excited. The manager there is so great. A big shout out to Val. She is so supportive of my crazy harebrained, as I call them, ideas. I'm like, hey, I got another idea. She's like, okay, you know, and it's a great venue too. So I want to show you some of their upcoming things with this little commercial I made, and I will fix it for the radio guys, I promise. Oh, God willing. Okay, here we go. We'll be right back. Scores Bar and Grill is the new place to be in Beeville. They have a great relaxed atmosphere with delicious menu options and outstanding entertainment. Here are just a few. Make sure you mark your calendars for Saturday, July the 16th at 8 p.m. for a free screening of the movie Scum with free popcorn and a nacho bar for only $5. Seating is very limited, so make sure you get there earlier. July 29th, they're bringing back Kind of Smooth Band from Corpus Christi. And DJ Lucky J is coming back by popular demand to celebrate his birthday on Saturday, August the 6th at 8 p.m. All of the details on these great events and so many more are on their Facebook page at Scores Bar Beeville. So check them out. You'll be so glad you did. All right. Not too bad. I was trying to use the program and trying to record it and edit it. I'm like, well, I think if I'm at home, oh, John, hello. John Mark Steiner. That might be your real brother because he said great podcast, brother.
That's my brother. Thanks for tuning in, John.
John, sorry, my brain. Thank you for joining us, John. I hope you've been here the whole time. If not, make sure you go back and watch because, gosh, your brother's talented. I bet you are too, because from what I hear, his kids are talented. He's talented. His wife's talented. It's just a family of amazing talent. So, folks, I have one more thing I'd like to share. Do you have time to hang out a few more minutes, Pete?
Oh, I do. Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. So the next thing I want to share, I've also been blessed. We are featuring, I decided on another idea to do a spotlight artist, which will allow artists that are on the show or have been on the show to just get a little bit of extra exposure. And I'm doing that in the best way I can by showing one of their songs in video format, because that's what we use here on Carolyn's Corner Live. And this great guy by the name of Jeffrey Nauman, and I always pronounce his name wrong. It's always is it Newman? Is it Nauman? Nauman? He says Nauman. I don't know. So first of all, I'd like to play for y'all the wonderful message he sent regarding this video. I'm so proud of him. He's just a wonderful man. He is in Honolulu, Hawaii. It's hard to say. And he just told me he opened a luau for 400 guests. So I'm like, I guess it's like a bar, I'm guessing. So I'm like, man, if I ever get to go to Hawaii, guess who I'm going to go see? Jeffrey Nauman. So first of all, let me play this little message real quick, and then we'll play the video that I was fortunate enough to be able to make for him for his Spotlight Artist appearances.
Cool.
Whatever the way. Here we go.
Hi, this is Jeff Nauman from Honolulu, Hawaii. And I want to thank you for listening to my new song, Too Good to Be True, on Carolyn's Corner Live. The heart and soul of country from Beeville, Texas. Carolyn, as my good friend Don Henley from Linden, Texas says, all those debutantes in Houston couldn't hold a candle to you.
Isn't that sweet? Line. I know, and the rooster in the back gets me. And my husband said, did he say Don Henley? And I'm like, yeah, he did. Yeah. And wow. I said, that's sure not the same one. He said, I bet it is. Because he said he knows everybody. And I'm like, wait a minute, his good friend Don Henley, that's a pretty big deal, y'all. And he's a really big deal. By the way, hello, Edgar. Thank you. Hello. I was wondering where you were, Edgar. Edgar has the best homemade pickles of any person, I'm telling you. He makes some good pickles. And he's a dear, supportive person. Him and his wife, his family, they've always been supporting us since day one. They've always been. So one more thing. Let me play this music video, and then we'll have a chance to wrap it up. Okay, Pete?
Sounds
great. This is the song from Jeffrey Nauman. And it's so funny. My 5-year-old grandson, out of the blue, he's only heard it like twice. He was singing it, the chorus. And I was like, really? It was so cool. So this is Too Good to Be True by Jeffrey Nauman. Check it out, y'all.
Got it.
When I saw you backstage in Boulder, Colorado, with a pass I recognized from last year's show, I knew I had to make an introduction. You said, I know who you are. My name's Anna Joe. It was too good to be true. I knew it was too good to be true. In your bedroom that night, with my beat up sixth string, I sang you every song this driver knew. When you picked up your guitar and started singing, it was as if the moon stood still to shine on you. It was too good to be true. I knew it was too good to be true. You said you'd join me in San Diego. And come on stage to do a song or two. I waited up all night for you. When I got the news that they had found your Mustang down a California cliffside in the rain, in your hand, my number on a page of lyrics, and a million hearts arranged around my name. Yeah, I knew it was too good to be true. I knew it was too good to be true. I knew it was too good to be true. I knew it was too good to be true.
Well done.
All right. Thank you. Thank you
Well
so
done.
much. Hold on, Spencer. Okay, go, baby. Oh, thank you so much, Pete. Oh, man, I've had a blast tonight. I really have. I hope you've had a good time.
Pleasure's been mine. It's been an absolute delight.
Honestly, me too. Me too.
It's been fun getting some exposure for my tunes. It's even been more fun getting to know you.
Yeah. Oh, same here, Pete. Honestly, I mean that. And I want to say welcome to our family. And I mean that. Welcome to
Great.
Carolyn's Corner family. I wish you were closer because I definitely would be inviting you to come down and do the little, oh, by the way, I've got a big announcement. Thank you. So I want y'all to do me a favor. Everybody that's local, everybody that's not local, everybody that's everywhere, mark down September the 10th. September the 10th, September the 10th. We are doing our first Carolyn's Corner live concert. And I'm so
wow.
excited. Yes.
Nice.
So, God willing, and I mean that literally. This
Sure.
is going to be used as a fundraiser to hopefully do a bigger concert the first weekend in June. That's of next year. So that's my prayer. At the very minimum, it's going to be a way for a few of our somewhat local artists to get some more exposure. So it is going to be, we already know where. It's going to be at the Chickasaw Club in Beeville, Texas. It holds about 500 people. So I need everybody's help that's local and not local to get the word out. We need to raise as much money as we can, honestly, so we can use it to go towards the next concert. We're going to be selling merchandise. We're going to have raffle tickets. Now, all this is hopefully, if everything goes according to plan. I've already got the bands lined up. Thank God, so many of our great previous guests have agreed to come over.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's so great. So mark your calendar, September the 10th. September the 10th. I'm going to need everyone's help. Edgar, Sarah, get ready. Honestly, I need y'all's help. I need everybody's help, especially local. Melba, I need your help. We're going to be selling pre-sale tickets for $10, which I think is very affordable, or you can get them at the door for $15. Remember, we're going to have raffles. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have merchandise. We're going to have to raise money. So I need everyone's help, honestly. All hands on deck.
And you're going to have fun along the way.
Got to have what?
You're going to have fun too.
Absolutely. It's going to be a blast. I'm so excited. And I will also, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it, Pete. I'm also going to be conducting 2 interviews during the show.
Oh, wow.
Of guests that haven't been on the show yet, but they're out of town. So while they're here, guess what? They're going to be doing it. We're going to be doing the show live, and it may just be through YouTube or through Facebook Live, depending on how their internet is over there and how my internet works. Sure. But I'm so excited about it. And I just can't tell you. It's a big deal. And I've just been praying, honestly. I just, you get a vision in your head. And I had a vision. I was like, man, we need to have these people come together because we have so many talented people. And so I wish I could just say, everybody come down here. But no, I can't do that.
I will watch with great interest to see how this comes together.
Yes, me too. So I'll keep you updated on my page. By the way, don't forget, I want to put this up real quick. Y'all can also go to my website. I haven't put the show on there yet because I literally just made the tickets. I'm going to make them myself. I'm all like, we don't have the money to do a lot, but what we do have, we're going to do it. Okay, guys. So here is down on the bottom. You see, I'm sorry to cover up your face, Pete. There is my email on the bottom. And, I can't say, wait, I got to turn the ticker off so you can see it. Hold on. I was like, why is it doing that? Okay. I was like, where'd it go? And our website is carolinscorner.live. carolinscorner.live. And of course, you can send me an email. You can text me at the number listed there. Please text because I'm bad about responding to phone calls unless I have your number saved. So write that down real quick. As you can see, our podcast is, once we get it downloaded, it's downloaded to Facebook, YouTube. That is Twitch. No, that's Google Podcast, Spotify, Twitter, Apple Podcast, and Twitch. So I'm very blessed. Hopefully we're getting out to a lot more people now. And we also do a radio show every Monday. And I would love the opportunity to play your songs on my radio show. I don't know if it'll be this week, maybe next week. Pete, let me get this off. Hold on. Forgot I get it off. Hold on. Sorry. I got the clickies, Pete. So what I do is with the artist's permission, of course, I download the songs and then we play them. And what we've gotten the permission to do from the station owner is download them into the station, into their database. So that way they will be randomly played.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anytime.
So we're not a huge station. We're a very small station. In fact, it's a Dale 107.1 and it's primarily Spanish, but it's everything under the sun and then some. But the cool thing is our show play everything, then some. We are the and then some.
Nice.
So yeah,
nice.
I'm so excited about that. And we've got another big announcement on August the 13th. Just found out on Monday, they're going to be doing a block party for the radio station on August 13th. So we're going to have the band. Yeah. A lot of stuff happening. So
you got a lot in the works, Carolyn.
Yes. My husband said, how are you going to do all of this? And I said, I don't know.
Nose in the wind, one foot in front of the other. It's like eating an elephant, one bite at a time.
Yes, exactly. I keep seeing online, they keep sending me these messages. Do you know you can hire somebody that's called a doer?
Somebody comes and does stuff?
They're just a doer. They do stuff you don't want to do.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's so funny. I told my husband, I need a doer. And he goes, you sure do need a doer.
Wow.
But I'm the doer right now. So I will gladly do it if I can, if it is within my power. So folks, also, if you know of anyone that would like to sponsor the concert, because that's a big deal, please let us know. Pete, for real, ask around. I know you're not local, but you never know. Someone may be willing, because it's to help singers and songwriters. Everyone that comes on Carolyn's Corner, that is one of the requirements, is that they write original songs, even if they're not singing them themselves. And I do have a couple of people, you probably heard them the other day when you were watching, that have actually gotten songs from songwriters. And I was like, wait a minute, we've already moved to that level on a couple of these people. I'm like,
That's fantastic.
wow.
Yeah.
So that was cool, because actually it was one, but I was able to ask her, so how do you get these songs? And she said, well, my producer, sometimes we find them on social media.
Wow.
See, it does happen. It does happen, Pete.
Yeah, it's out there. You're
Yes.
helping. You're helping.
know.
That's awesome.
It's so cool. And I just keep praying that it keeps growing and we keep helping artists, honestly, because that's what it's all about. Helping each other, because life is hard. Get your songs out to people is difficult.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm praying that you reached at least a few more people by doing the podcast tonight, Pete.
I'm so grateful you had me on. This has been an absolute joy.
Oh, me too.
I look forward to continuing to follow and keeping our relationship alive.
Yes, me too, honestly. And thank you, Mike. And let me see.
Mike and Mindy.
Mike and Mandy, thanks for promoting new artists. Appreciate it. You're so welcome. For real, pass the word on, Pete, to your friends and family that are artists. I do have a long list right now because I'm very blessed. I've been getting so many referrals, like a lot of referrals. It's gotten to the point I have these little books, and I have one for almost each person. Not that many, but it feels like it. This is for this. This is for this. My husband said, you need a database. I'm like, I don't know how to make a database.
Yeah, you do.
I do
Talk
need
to Paul. He's an IT guy.
Yes, I know. I need to ask Paul. I need something like my husband said, is there a place you can, because I have them all on my computer, like you have your own folder now.
Oh,
And
nice.
he said, you need a database. And I'm like, yeah. He said, where it shows their picture. And I'm like, I don't know how to do all that. So little by little, I'm learning. I didn't know how to make a music video either. And I learned how to do that. So
Now you
little by
do.
little.
Look at you.
Man, Pete, it has been so much fun.
Pleasure's been all mine. Thank you so
Man,
much.
for real. Thank you so
from
much.
my
And
heart.
me too. And may God continue to bless you like he's been doing.
Right back at you.
Yeah. And I tell everybody before the end of the show, try to share some kindness if you can. Spencer, do you want to come say hi real quick? My grandson, I told him he could come on and say hi real fast. He's been over there trying to be quiet.
Being a
He's
good
got his
boy.
little shark mask on. Wait, I can't see you. Come over here.
Hi.
No, they still can't see you. Hold on. Where are you? Go that way. This
He's down
camera
there.
being back. No, this way.
Oh, other angle. There you go. And up a little.
There.
There he is.
Here, you
Hey,
take
buddy.
your mask off for a minute and say hi.
Hi.
Hey,
He's
buddy.
been so good.
You've been a good boy.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Pete. God bless you all. Remember,
You
get
as
the
well.
news. Get ready to spread the news. I'm about to start working harder.
Good luck. Take good care. I
Thank
look
you
forward
so
to watching
much,
you
Pete.
watching you
Yes,
tour.
I'm looking forward to talking to you more about co-writing, maybe.
That'd be great.
All right, Pete. Take
Night.
care. Bye-bye.